Hello everyone. It's Sia. Today's crime video is about the murder of Jessica Keene. The assassination of this lively young cheerleader could have come straight from a teen slasher movie. Let's get it. In the spring of 1991, Jessica Lynn Keene, from Columbus, Ohio, was a 15-year-old honor student. She was a cheerleader at her local high school who adored animals and aspired to be a zoologist. But one day, while waiting for a bus, she was preyed upon by a nasty and sadistic predator. Her heinous murder would go unsolved for nearly 2 decades, until diligent detectives stumbled upon a piece of DNA that would finally catch her attacker. Her rebellious side. Jessica Keene and her mother Rebecca Smitley were at odds about the teen's love life in March 1991. Jessica had developed feelings for an 18-year-old called Sean, and Rebecca, like most protective parents, assumed he was too old for her. Not only that, but Jessica's academic life was suffering because of her new romance. Her grades were sliding, and she even dropped out of the cheer squad to spend more time with her crush. Fearing that their daughter's deteriorating grades would prohibit her from attending college, her parents made a major decision. They sought help from a free teens counseling center. Jessica was supposed to stay in Huckleberry House for 2 weeks and attend treatment sessions to get back on track. Jessica dutifully did so, and on March 15, 1991, her living stay was almost over when things began to go drastically wrong. Jessica called Sean the day before she was supposed to return home, but she did not get the reception she had hoped for. Instead, according to Special Agent Greg Costas of the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation, the couple got into a fight. Jessica and Sean ended up getting into an argument that day on the telephone, at which points they broke up. Numerous people witnessed this telephone call and said that Jessica was very visibly upset. He commented. Jessica, heartbroken, told her pals she was heading to the mall and then waited for the next bus at the bus stop near Huckleberry House. That was the last time she was seen alive. A devastating discovery. When the teen failed to return to her accommodation that evening, she was reported missing, and an investigation was launched. It came to an end 2 days later at Foster Chapel Cemetery, about 20 miles from Huckleberry House, where Jessica's body had been discovered. She had duct tape around her hands and lips and was naked except for a bra and one sock. Before she was killed by a blow to the head from a nearby gravestone, the young woman had been badly beaten and raped. Jessica's ring and watch were still on her finger, but a necklace with the word "taken" on it was missing. Jessica had been secretly raped between 2 and 4 hours before to her death, according to the police investigation. Special Agent Costas concluded from the clues found in the cemetery that Jessica had been held captive in a car and had managed to escape from her kidnapper for a short time. She ran for her life over a country road and into a cemetery, where she attempted to hide among the gravestones, as shown by a knee print in the ground behind a headstone and a lost sock. Jessica, on the other hand, smashed into a fence post in the middle of the night and fell to the ground as she attempted to flee to a nearby farmhouse to raise the alarm. She was discovered and slain by her pursuer while lying there dazed. Special Agent Costas stated that he was serious about doing everything in his power to solve the crime and find out who was responsible for the promising youngster's death. "I've never been so passionate about anything that I've ever worked on in my life. The thought of this young girl, 15-year-old, who had such bright future, being murdered in such a horrible fashion, you cannot help but want to do everything humanly possible to find out who did this," he told Unsolved Mysteries. Jessica's mother, Rebecca, was traumatized by the heinous act, and haunted by the dread her daughter must have felt when she tried to find shelter in the dark graveyard. "Everything I tried to prevent her life from being ruined, happened anyway," she told the Dayton Daily News in 1991. Few leads until a lucky break. Sean was the first to be investigated by police because he was Jessica's ex-boyfriend. They extracted his DNA and interrogated him and his buddies extensively. Sean, on the other hand, could not have been involved, it was quickly determined. Not only was he truly in Florida, as he stated at the time of the kidnapping, but his DNA did not match that collected at the crime site. The case became cold slowly but steadily. Unfortunately, investigators were unable to forget the gruesome homicide that had occurred practically on their doorstep, and they returned to the scene on a regular basis in the hopes of uncovering new information. It eventually happened in 2008. After sending the semen sample through the system a second time, Madison County Sheriff Jim Sabine and Special Agent Greg Costas got the hit on the CODIS they were looking for. For those who don't know, CODIS stands for the Combined DNA Index System. It belonged to Marvin Lee Smith Jr., who was quickly arrested and deported to Ohio, where he was charged with criminal conduct. Smith had already served 9 years in prison for abusing 2 women in Columbus and was on the run when he met Jessica Keene. Smith was compelled to provide his DNA as a formality when he was released from prison after serving another sentence in 2000. Unfortunately, it was never linked to the Keene case, and it wasn't until Sheriff Sabin and Special Agent Costas hit it big that a match to Jessica's killer could be established. Justice at last for Jessica. In court in 2009, Smith confirmed the police's initial suspicions that he had kidnapped Jessica after encountering her by chance at a bus stop in March 1991. He told the jury about how he had chased her around the cemetery before catching up with her and killing her with a gravestone that had split in half. As plea agreement, Smith pled guilty to first-degree murder and avoided the death penalty. He was sentenced to 30 years of life in jail and will be held at the Lebanon Correctional Institution in Warren County, Ohio, until March 2038 at the earliest. Those in Columbus and beyond, however, will definitely hope that this dangerous individual remains where he is. Forever. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big fat thumbs up and support the channel by subscribing. Until next time, peace out.